Good morning, everybody. Everybody knows that everything I do it in Jesus' name. And God always provides. He chokes you. He makes you feel that you have to overcome all obstacles. And at the end, He provides and He gives you what you need to keep on feeling the joy, feeling the inspiration, and keep on moving forward. Well, everybody knows that I've been wanting a car, and I haven't taken the plunge, and I haven't really gotten a car. Everybody knows that I bought a truck first, and I returned it, and I was looking for the right car. And yesterday was a special day for 3 reasons, okay? Reason number one, yesterday, for first time in my entire life, I've done something with Alberta. Something with Alberta's advice. All my life, since my first car, my first truck, first job, first of everything, I've always done it with Berta. Berta's always been, every step out of the way, she's been there for me. If she has to co-sign, or she has to motivate me, or she has to encourage me, and she has to give me that inspirational speech that you got to be willing to go out there and grab it. You have to be willing to do it and take advantage of life, take advantage of the purpose that God gives you. And I've always been encouraged, and I've always been motivated, and I've always felt that the support of Berta. And when I got my first car, she told me what's keeping you from getting your car. And I used to tell her, well, I'm gonna have to pay bills. And she goes, well, what are you working for? You can't give yourself your luxuries. You can't give yourself pleasure, or give yourself excitement in life and give you a reason. So then why are you working? And she told me when she used to work at Capitol Records, when she bought her car, and she went into a dealership and she bought it, and she didn't look back. And when she's always co-signed for Miguel, the Nissan, the Greek Nissan. She's always been there for me, for Danny, for all of us. And Berta's always encouraged me. So when I needed a place to live, she told me, wow, my doors are open. And obviously she's always been there for me. And I never had no doubt, and I've never been discouraged or afraid to fail, because Berta's always told me it doesn't matter how many times you fail, it's how many times are you willing to get up. And when I bought my truck, she went to the dealer with me, and she co-signed, and we got my truck. When I started La Familia, my furniture store, and she obviously was there with me, and she always I caused a lot of conflicts and a lot of problems and a lot of headaches, and she's always I always used her as a reference. And she's always been proud. Sometimes I didn't even warn her, and I'll use her as a reference for no matter what in life. And she'll say, "Ay, Minito, he's buying something, or he's doing something different." And she's always proud of me. I always get that call from her. She'll always call me, "Hey, I know you use me as a reference, but you know that you gotta follow through, and you gotta do what's good, and you gotta give it up to God, to Jesus." And I always told her, I know. And she goes, "Mijo, you can always use me as a reference, but just remember, don't close your doors, and let me know before, always, because one day I'm not gonna be here." So I always told her, I'm always doing things good, but I'm always aiming high, and the unbelievable and where the magic's at. And she goes, well, if it's like that, I'll always back you up. I'll always be there for you no matter what. And I always used her. I got pulled over one time by a cop. And they told me, is anybody that could come pick up your car? And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, man. And yeah, I called Berta. Berta answered the call. With no hesitation, she got there like in 5 minutes. Her and Güero, and they bailed me out on the jam that I was. And Berta started gossiping and preaching and praying for the cop who wanted to arrest me and take my, and she told them straight out that my intentions were good. I was going to work, and I'm a little irresponsible. I'm a little hard-headed, but I'm a good kid. And she goes, I've always been proud and been blessed by having her. When I started DICOM, I went and I told her, and she's like, let's do it. She loaned me the money and everything. That's what I was trying to tell everybody at the funeral of Berta, that she's always encouraged me and she's always blessed me. That woman, she's special. Wow. Things changed, because yesterday, for the last 2 months, 3 months, since July the 3rd, I've been saving up my money and trying to buy a car, And I've tried once, twice, but I was discouraged of buying the car or whatever. But yesterday was a special day. There was 3 reasons. I know that you shouldn't have symbols or obstacles in front of your life, whatever. But to me, it means a lot. So I've been getting up and I've been going and searching for the right car. And yesterday was 10/17. But if you take out the 0, it's 1/17, which is my mom's birthday. I know that superstitious stuff doesn't count in life, but when I was signing the car, I just kept reminiscing on my mom and reminiscing on Berta. How proud they would have been of me. And I know in my heart they're proud. And when I was buying my car, first time in history, I didn't use her as a reference. I always used her as a reference all my life. And I felt so proud and so alone at the same time that I didn't have her. I couldn't use her as a reference. The guy at the dealer goes, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah. This is what you call growing up." And he just looked at me like confused. Like, what's going on? You don't want to buy the car, or nah? I just never thought my entire life I wouldn't use Berta as a reference. So a tear came out of my face of joy, of accomplishments and stuff like that. And I remember her. She would have been there. I would have got the call. She would say, "What you buy?" And I'll tell her, "Let's go celebrate. Let's go to the restaurant and eat." Because this is a new beginning. You can't let the past be an obstacle, be an illusion. You gotta. If God gave you this opportunity, make the best out of it. And when all doors close, He'll always open more. He'll always give you a reason and a purpose to keep on living and keep on fighting, She used to always tell me that when God takes away something, it's because He's going to give you something better. Don't be afraid to let go of the past to move on to the forward. You have to be willing to to let go, to try, to give yourself that opportunity. God knows doesn't do anything in vain. He does it for a purpose, and He knows that you're deserving at this moment. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna fail or it's not a bad judgment. It all means that God is giving you direction towards a new path. And I've always been proud of, no matter what I've done, she's always been there to co-sign my life. She took me to church. She introduced me to God. When I did my baptize, everything. I've always used her as my co-signer. And wherever I've gone, either they reference my mom or Bertha. And but Bertha's always been my number one because she's always been responsible in works, and I've always had her. So I bought my car yesterday, and I always name my cars. And everybody knows how much I love my cars. This van se llama La Chula. My Honda Accord is El Chulo. And I've named all my cars different names and everything. And I name a car. And I speak to cars because I carry Bibles in my cars and I bless them. I pray to God when I get my car. I ask God always, oh Jesus, bless me as you want. Encourage me as I'm needed. No matter how or what the obstacle or what the outcome is, I know that I'm in your hands. All I ask is as you take me, bring me back. Never let me lose hope. I don't care if I have to crawl back, but I'm going to make it back. And I'm never going to be discouraged, and I'm always having you up ahead. And if you don't think it's necessary or there's an obstacle, it's for a purpose, it's for a reason. I trust in you, Jesus Christ. And I always tell my vans, my cars, no matter where I go, I pray and I always ask. I don't care how I go and I don't care how I come. As long as I have Jesus, everything's possible. And that's my prayer. And I speak to my cars and I talk to them. I'm going to tell you why I preach and I talk. See, I grew up like my cars like with my grandpa. Not the newest cars, not the most awesomest cars. You don't know if you're going to make it back. But if we get stuck with a flat tire, we change the tire. If we get stuck with this, we fix the problem. But we resolve it, and we never give up, and we don't never get discouraged. And if we have to get it right back, we get it right back, and we fight again forward. We give cars up like como si fueran calzones. I don't know, in my family, we swap cars like you can't imagine. And Bertha's been asking me, telling me that she wants a change in my life. And everybody knows that I'm drinking, and a little over drinking, and it overwhelmed me, and I felt kind of discouraged and disappointed. And I didn't have a motivation. I didn't have a reason, you know. So everybody knows that work goes up, work goes slow. Even though they pay us our hourly wages and stuff like that, I get bored. I get frustrated. I get, you know what I mean? So I've been, for the last 3 years, I've been seeing my several family members. They do Uber, and they make about $150 to $200, but I'm not the purpose of doing it for the money. Of course it is, but I'm not doing it for the purpose because I want to stop drinking. I want to start not feeling this anxiety, this frustration, this anger inside of me, and just staying home and drinking and not finding the woman of my life, And Bertha encourages me to go out to the world and fly like an eagle, and find the woman. She knows as long as I'm out there, I'm doing good things in life, and she wants me to find somebody. She wants me to be happy. And for the last 3 months, I've been discouraged, I just needed all this frustration out of my heart. I needed a change. So yesterday when I walked into the dealer, I walked in and I took a Chulo. That car has been awesome. And I've done everything you can imagine with them. And I crashed it 3 times. I even made a car flip. And never given up. Never gotten discouraged or anything. He's always protecting me and guiding me. Believe it or not, I've been pulled over 2 times with the narcs and the police. And both times, they're like, we're just checking routine checks. And it's an awesome car. It's always protected me, and I never got any tickets or anything. Everybody knows how I got it. Story about El Chulo. So when I gave him up yesterday, I didn't want to. I wanted to keep holding on to the past. I wanted to be okay. I wanted it to be the same as it always is. But it's not. It's time to move on. It's a new beginning, a new life. Well, the reason I'm telling you the miracles, the second miracle was at my Aunt Bertha's funeral or burial. I didn't really get to express myself, how much I love her, how much I miss her. I didn't get to express myself the way I wanted. And at the burial, they got the white doves. And I didn't get a white dove. And será que soy presumido or I've been spoiled or anything? But this time it was just Janelle and her family, and they let go like 20 birds at one shot. And I felt awesome that when I see the birds, they flew together and they met up with the other birds. But I'm talking about like 20, 30 birds at once, And I seen them fly, and one bird practically captivated my audience, my vision, and I just thought, like afterlife, or I said, man, I've been to too many funerals, but I've never actually really like sat back and enjoyed the view, So this white dove was flying, and the person gave the reason why one dove is out of the pack, because that's the leader, and the doves are circling that dove, and that dove represents whoever passes away. It's a trick, or it's a show that they do. And then at the it gives like 2 turns, and I'll be there for a while, and then they return home. Well, when they're returning home, the leader dove is the one guiding them and is protecting them. And obviously, it's keeping an eye on hawks and all kinds of obstacles and dangers and all that. But it looks awesome. Usually, like I said, we release one dove, a next dove, another dove, another dove, another dove, so you're not really paying attention to the doves. And this time I got to pay attention to the doves, and it was an awesome. So when I was finishing signing and everything, I was gonna get a gray car. But something happened that I wanted the white car. And believe it or not, the white car looks bad. Awesome, man. It's clean. And I didn't want a white car. But when I seen the white car, something just amazing happened. I started feeling my body shake and hearing hairs on your arms stand up. I felt that breeze, that the Holy Ghost, that spirit, that magic, that makes it special. And I didn't realize, so I got home. Like I said, number one is the first time I ever buy something without Bertha's my reference. So obviously I gave that spot to Linda. And Linda, about 10-15 minutes later, she called me up. Well, not called me, text me. And she was proud that she's moving up the ladder, that I'm using her as a reference. And she goes, I never thought I was that special. She waited for him to call, and I don't know if they called her or not. But I was right home. Now people might not believe it, but because I bullshit or not, I lie a lot and le echo crema a los tacos, you know what I mean? But like a white pigeon or dove or some kind of animal, I was coming down on Florence and literally just passed over me. And obviously I got to the stop sign where the roast meat and Florence, and I turned to my right, and there's like a bus stop, and that pigeon or white went and got on top of the bus stop and just stared me down. I began to cry, but joy, and I knew not gonna say that Bertha's there protecting me, because I know that she's already entered the kingdom. She's not in a place doubting, or she knew that when God called her, she knew she was entering the kingdom, and there was nothing that she's gonna roam around or have things to do more in life. She accomplished every single thing, so there's no possibility that she's roaming around. But I see that pigeon, and it reflected and it reminded me of Bertha. That even though she's not here with me, she's always gonna send an angel. She's always gonna keep an eye on me. She's always gonna hear what everybody talks and gossip, and she'll know when I'm doing right or wrong. And I'll know how her arms reach, how her personnel reaches, how important she is. she always hears everything. Well, dice, good deeds take long to come, but bad deeds, you hear them right away. So, it was like a time capsule. I got the stop sign. I didn't even play the radio or nothing. And my thoughts was to drive home. To who? To nobody. Who can I impress? Who can I tell? Nobody. The one I used to always show off to was Berta. Didn't have her no more. So I turned around and I looked at the pigeon. And as I drove away, pigeon flew. I got home and I felt special. I felt awesome. I felt like a change. I felt like a new life, a new reason, a new purpose. And I know that there's no about God is blessing me, but I know that Berta is encouraging me and supporting me and telling me that she'll be with me every single day of her life. So obviously everybody knows that I named my car. But I just wanted everybody to know. I called up Jenny already, and I called up Rachel, and I called up Linda. Linda and Rachel text. And Jenny, I also texted them in. They called. And I told her I got a new car. And she's like, congratulations. I go, hey, but I named it. I hope you don't get mad. She threw me the LOL thing, and she goes, what's your name? I told her our name was Berta, because it's a white dove, and I know that no matter what, Berta's always going to be with me. No matter what I do in life, she's going to go step by step in every mile that I have. And I'm always going to remind me, my car is named Berta. She's my change. She's my future. And no matter where I go, Berta's always going to be with me. And yes, I got to get Bible. So, well, that's my story that I wanted to tell everybody about yesterday. And it was awesome. It was really awesome. I encourage everybody to, if you ever want to change your life, don't be afraid. Dive into it and leave it to God. That God has a reason and a purpose to change you and motivate you and get you started. Never doubt. Never get discouraged, or never give up on your dreams. And if you're lucky enough to have somebody, as I've had Berta, but more power to you. Because there's one Berta in every family. And thank God, my Berta left me a lot of memories and a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, and she's always encouraging me, and she gave me the support to not be afraid. And now I got Berta with me. This is my car, right? So when you see the white pigeon dove or whatever, or if you feel that she's around, or you see a smile in me, you know why? And she's gonna go to every party with the family and everybody. And to all my family hearing this video, remember, I do it because I love all you guys. And believe it or not, even though I don't know most of you guys, sometimes hear my videos, I encourage you to aim high, never low. Aim for the impossible, but you could know that it's a miracle. But you could know that it's God. It's not a mistake. There's a reason. Well, everybody, hope you guys liked my message today, and we'll be uploading pictures. And everybody knows that right here, my mom's